a couple minutes here to settle into your feet. Pull the weight back. Actively draw more into your hips, into your heels. Sink your hips down to the mat, maybe just another ½ inch. 2 breaths. Fill up with air. Exhale, hug your low ribs in. Breathe in. Bow forward, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. High to low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior one, right foot forward. No expectation of what this warrior must feel like. Experience it. Press through your feet. Squeeze your heels into center. Draw the left hip forward just a bit. Pull your right hip back behind you. And then lift as much as you can through your fingers. Through the crown of your head. Breathe in together. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Downward facing. Left foot, warrior one. Our bodies are not perfectly symmetric. It may feel a bit different on this side. It's perfect. Draw in muscle to bone connection. Check in with those ribs. Hug them in to expand the entirety of your mid-back. Lift your toes and your fingertips at the same time to breathe in. Exhale, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. The extent of our sun B. We flow, we move. Let's move a bit of energy together. Breathe in. Exhale. Step your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway up. Forward fold. Thunderbolt. Flow right into the deep chair pose. Bow forward on your exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. High to low. Upward facing. Downward facing. Warrior one, right foot, flow right into it. Get to the peak. Your exhale will draw you back down, high to low. Opportunity to move with your breath from up to down dog. And then on empty, step the left foot into your warrior. Peak of the inhale matches the peak of your warrior, and then flow. High to low. Meet up spot is downward facing dog. We're in it together, and yet our bodies may need something different as far as pace of our sun Bs. If you want to go faster or slower, take that on. Please do so. Breathe in. Press all the air out. Step or jump forward. Halfway up. Bow. Thunderbolt. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior one, start with the right foot. Flow through your flow, high to low on the exhale. Then after that, you'll step through the left foot warrior at your own pace. Connect your breath to your movement. Guide yourself through your flow from high to low. As a group, we'll meet in your downward facing dog. The invitation to drop any expectation is here. Let your experience be what it is without having to put something you're reaching for. Breathe in together. Exhale. Travel to the top of your mat. Last sun B together, halfway up. Bow. Thunderbolt. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High to low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one. So the edge of the left foot flat into your mat. High to low plank on your exhale. Lift through the center of your chest on your up dog. Pull back down dog, then step it forward, warrior one. high to low plank with your exhale. Flow through your high to low, up to down dog. Walk your feet closer towards center just a bit. Maybe you take a little shorter down dog, and then lift through the right leg, three-legged dog. Press your right armpit, your right hand down into the mat. Oppose that energy as you lift through your right heel. And bend your knee, open up the hip. Send opening breath through the whole right side of your body. Squeeze your heel to your glute, take a breath in together, and then exhale, flip it, flip your dog. Get grounded in your feet. Press so much into your heels that your hips lift just a bit more. Soften your head back. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards the center line of your body. Then unflip into your side plank. Right hand, ground it. Ground your right hand into the mat. Soften your right elbow just a bit. Pull shoulder blades in and up, and then extend and express through your top fingers. Spread the fingers of that top hand, aliven and awaken them. And with your exhale, flow like water, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Big toes back towards center. Left leg. Three-legged dog. Pull the belly button, activate in and up to the spine. Press through your left heel, straight up to that ceiling. Yes, Wayne. And then bend your knee, open your hip. Focus the breath through that whole left side of your body. Aliven and awaken. Bend the knee so much it gets closer. The distance shortens from heel to glute. Breathe in together. And then flip. Flip dog awaits. Pull your knees, squeeze them into center. Feet stay where they are. Draw in, press down, and then soften back just a bit through the neck. Unflip into side plank. Opposite hand to the mat, left hand ground. Aliven the toes, pull them to the face. Rock that top hip towards the right edge of your space just a bit more. Yes, and then lift, whether the top leg lifts. Spread the fingers of the top hand, take a full breath. High to low plank. Move through your chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Crescent lunge, right foot forward. Bring the heel of that left foot over the big toe mound. Then we're gonna move through some dynamic knee dips. As you bend through your left knee, drop it down to the mat and then cactus your arms. Allow them to come down with you on an exhale. Inhale, straighten your left leg, fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, pull down, hover your left knee off the mat, elbows cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover your left knee. Inhale, back to crescent. Two more, bend through that back knee. Extend fingertips and left leg. Last one, cactus the arms. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Hands to the center of your chest. Take your prayer twist to the right. Press through the back knee, the left knee to the ceiling. Press through your left heel and draw the crown of your head forward. Girl's dog is intrigued with revolving crescent lunge. With intrigue, see how much you can shift that top shoulder toward the left edge of your mat. Breathe into the twist, and then use your breath to help you open up into warrior two. Use the breath to expand through your fingertips. Extended side angle. Pull your front knee towards your pinky toe. Guide your tailbone towards your back heel. And then from the foundation, reach, expand, and express through the top fingertips. reach and lift and pull the toes up off the mat just a bit more. Take one more full breath in. Exhale, you flow high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Crescent lunge, left foot forward. And yeah, we'll wake up some muscles as we take those movements. Exhale, cactus your arms, hover your right knee off the mat this time. Inhale, press up, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, come back down, drop your right knee, hover it off the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Crescent lunge on your inhale. 2 more. Hover the right knee, squeeze into center. Expand out. Last one. Hug in, elbows, drop knee. Inhale to lift. Hands to the center of your chest. Take your prayer twist to the left. And Carol and everyone, lift through the right hip a bit. Pull that up to the ceiling. Draw your left hip into the hip socket. And then move the awareness to the crown of your head. Take that gentle twist through the very upper thoracic spine. And with your next breath, transition your body into warrior 2. Spin your body open. Seal the edge of that right foot flat into the mat. Extended side angle. Press your left big toe mound into the mat and then pull the knee the opposite direction, away from the big toe mound towards the pinky toe. Yeah, so big toe mound press, knee, guide it just a bit more to the opposite side of the space. And then check into the back foot. Lift through the inner ankle, lift all the way up through the pelvis, through the fingertips, breathe in together, high to low with your exhale. Upward facing, downward facing. Take a breath in, let it go. Feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Thunderbolt. Prayer twist to the right. Yeah, squeeze into center, squeeze your outer shins in, pull your outer thighs in, and drop the hips down to the mat. Hips low, heart high, lift so much through the center of your chest that your hips drop a little bit more. And if you want more space, the opportunity to open your arms is here, or you can stay connected through your palms. Breathe in, you won't be here forever, and can you stay in each breath in your own power? Rise back up through center, just like that. The shape changes. Take the twist to the left and dial back in. Take action that allows you to punch into your practice instead of punching out. Use the tools, lean into them, set your gaze. Focus into the breath. Pull belly button into spine, engage to help you draw heels into the mat. And then lift through your chest. Lift up through the chest. Drop your hips down. And come back through center. Thunderbolt. Spread the fingers. Pull your thumbs back. Expand through your chest. Breathe in. Let it go. Fold fingers to toes. Fingers to toes, wrap those peace fingers. Connect to that big toe and pull the crown of your head down to the mat. Bring your feet closer, yeah. Give your feet some space side to side. That space comes all the way up to the pelvis, down through the spine, through your jaw. And switch the grip of your hands, palms to toes, forward fold. You can get the whole hand covered with the whole sole of the foot. And use that foot, maybe rotate the weight forwards and backwards a bit, side to side. Release any unnecessary clenching, jaw, face. Focus the attention of compression into the belly. Drop the head 1 more inch. Release your hands, generate your crow pose. Elbows first stack over wrists a bit, and then they may tip elbows over wrists. Put some focus on the shoulder heads. Pull them up away from the mat. Draw your shoulder blades into your body. Spread the toes. Now play your experience, your expression of your crow. And then step back or shoot yourself back to your high plank. Lower to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Remember when that dog was just a puppy, Carol? He's big now. Take a full breath. Press all the air out. Step or jump forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Eagle pose. Right leg, right arm. The shin into the shin, thigh into thigh. And guide your right hip, pull it back towards the back edge of your space. Pull the left hip slightly forward. And breathe and see. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, eagle. And this morning, Tracy was the first one on. We were talking about seeing the space around her in a different way. Like there's new layers of detail that she sees, and that similar experience can go into your physical body as an inward experience of drishti. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, eagle. Switch your limbs. And it's this inner drishti. What do you see when you bring the energy into what's happening now? Not the expectation of what it must feel like, what it could feel like, but what is actually happening in your body. Expand to extended mountain. Contract into eagle to experience what it feels like to draw your thighs towards each other. To rock the weight into your heel and pull your shoulders back over your hips. Pull your forearms away from your face. And then reach up, extended mountain. Standing leg raise. Right knee, right big toe. And then open up towards the right edge of your space. Press the center of your left heel down. Guide your left hip towards center. And then send that energy all the way up to the crown of your head. Pull the crown of your head to the ceiling. Bring your right leg back through center and flow back into airplane. And close off that hip. Drop your right hip down towards the mat, even if it causes more instability. Fire up the belly button muscle, pull into spine. Press through the right heel. Press, press, press. Open up into half moon. Hip open. Stack your right hip over the left. Stack your right shoulder over the left shoulder. And create full body expression for you here and now. Press into that standing foot. Lift through the top leg and move and express out through your top fingers. And then come back to airplane. Close off that right hip. Float your hands by your sides. Yes. Squeeze your palms towards the ground. And then lift, draw your right knee to a 90-degree angle. Pull your fingertips to the ceiling. Lift up, knee to chest, right knee to chest. Yeah. So you'll be more in like a standing Tadasana, right knee into your chest. Lift up, fingertips to the ceiling, and then straighten your right leg forward. Pulse your heel to the ceiling for 5. You got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both feet to the mat. Extended mountain. Reach up. Exhale, fold. Let it go. Shake it out, shake your hips, shake your head, and then roll all the way back up. Extended mountain, slow and controlled. Standing leg raise. Left knee, left big toe, grab onto it. Open up to the left edge of your space. You may have some idea now of where this flow is going, and then pull back into this moment. Right now, you're in standing leg raise. Press through your left heel. Bring your left leg back through center. Breathe in together. Pull back, airplane pose. Check in with the right foot. Are the toes gripping for dear life? Can you let go for dear life? Add your left hip bone down towards the mat. And squeeze your pinky fingers towards one another. Add the small of your back. And then open your body, half moon. Tip open. Alive in that top foot. Hold the toes to the face. Half down, lift up, express. Create your half moon. Breathe into your half moon. And then pull yourself back to airplane. Drop the left hip down to the mat. Arms float by your side. Get steady in your airplane. And then lift your chest and your left knee up. Bend through the left knee. Draw it to the ceiling. Fingertips up. And then straighten through that front leg. Pulse your heel towards the ceiling for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both feet to the mat. Take a breath in. Extended mountain. Right into dancer. Grab your right ankle. Preferably the inside to help open through your chest. Get steady through that left foot, your foundation. Soften the left knee just a bit. Pull left fingertips to the top edge of your mat. Kick your right shin back just a bit more. Yes, open up through the quad on the right leg. And then switch it. Dancer. Flex through your left foot. Press your left big toe out into the ceiling. Guide the left hip forward a little bit. Press through the right hip to the back edge of your space. Lift through the center of your chest for one more breath. Tree pose. Connect through the four corners of the left foot. Press your right foot into your left leg. And the reason I brought in the invitation to drop expectation is I had seen a quote about trees. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Trees don't have an expectation of how many leaves they need to have by the time they're 30, 40, 80. When they don't give themselves that expectation, they can grow in peace. What is possible for you if you drop any expectation and grow into the tree shape you're in here and now? And then just like that, you switch it into the opposite foot. New opportunity to grow your tree. Another fun fact about trees is trees in the forest grow taller. And if it's a single tree on its own, it does not grow as tall. No, the energy you're putting out there is allowing other people to grow with you. Maybe that type of energy moves through your breath as you lift through the crown of your head. Soften the toes of your left foot away from your right leg. And then send both feet to your mat, extended mountain. Root to lift. Breathe in together. Bow forward, exhale. Inhale, flatten your spine. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Triangle pose, right foot forward. step it as far forward as you can. Wiggle it forward a little bit more. And use that right hand as a contact point, third point of contact, whether it's in your shin, into a prop. And Perry, Tracy, everyone soften that right knee just a bit more. Yeah, squeeze that right thigh bone up into the socket. Guide your awareness to the back foot, seal it into your mat. Side facing, wide leg forward fold. Over your right leg. And put intention into your feet. Press your big toe mounds, your heels into the earth. Pull up through the center of your feet all the way into the pelvis. And then drop your chest closer to your front thigh. Twisting triangle. Open up to the right edge of your space through your right arm. Length first in the spine. Pull the crown of your head forward. Draw tailbone behind you. From that length, breathe into the twist. Guide the right shoulder head over the left shoulder head. Take one more breath in together. And then you flow, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right into the left foot triangle. And I think back to when Tracy was talking about the way she sees things in her space in a new way. If she expected to see what it was as it was the day before, she wouldn't see that additional detail. You've been in this shape before, but what is the additional detail you can get to know if you put all of your attention into this moment? Maybe there's nothing new, and that's fine too. Lift all the way up, side facing, wide leg forward fold. Bow, soften the knees a bit. That's what I love about this practice. There is no expectation of what must or must not happen. It's the possibility that exists in it for me that pulls me back time after time. What's in it for you right now? If you want the chest expansion, can interlace your hands at the small of your back. Maybe you take a twist from side to side. Soften where you can. And then lift yourself up, namaste, front facing forward fold. Bring some attention to your inner ankle. Spin both of the inner ankles back behind you. Spin your inner thighs back behind you. And drop your chest towards your left thigh. And then twisting triangle. Reach and lift through the left fingertips. Ground into your feet, lift into the belly to help guide that twist. One more full breath together. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. High plank. And then lift through your inner ankles, spin them up. Soften your elbows a little bit. Breathe into your high plank. And then we'll slowly lower down to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into your locust pose. You can interlace your hands or airplane them. If they're airplane, press the palms flat down towards the ground below you. Yes. Pull your pinky fingers back behind you, pinky toes back, and then lift through your chest and your shins. And then lower all the way down to the mat. Release fully the heads of both shoulders. Just let them go like sloppy shoulders almost. Let the breath move freely through your body as you rest. Open and close the jaw. And then lift up, floor bow. If you want a second locust, do that. Or if you want to move into floor bow, create your floor bow. Pull your toes down towards the mat to flex through your feet. Squeeze into center. Lift through the center of your chest. Lift up and breathe into your floor bow. For 3. Lift through the chest for 2. One more breath in. Lower down to the mat. Opposite cheek, rest. And then windshield washer your legs side to side. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Camel pose. Press through your hip bones, press them forward. And then bring your attention to the center of your chest. Lift that up to your ceiling. And we'll only do one camel. If you want to reach back for your heels, if that's accessible, you can take that variation. And take 2 more full breaths in whatever variation you are in. And then release, take a downward facing dog, counter pose to stretch out the spine in the opposite direction. Shake it out a bit. And flow all the way through to your back body. Bridge pose. Press through your heels. So much the hips lift just a bit more. Squeeze your knees towards center. And you can stay here in bridge, or if you want to go to wheel from here, move right into wheel without your back body even dropping down perhaps. Plant your hands by your ears and lift up. Bridge or wheel pose. Just pull the tailbone, draw it towards your heels. And then lower your body down to the mat, fully rest. Take a moment to reset. And then rise up, your bridge or your wheel. Make the choice, put your energy into the choice to lift. Lift through the center of your chest, pull that towards the space between your thumbs, away from your fingers. Lower back down to your mat. And just like that, you rise back up, bridge or wheel. No expectation of what it will feel like, no expectation you must do one shape or the other. And breathe into it. Breathe into this moment. Set the gaze. Lower your body down to the mat. And we'll do 2 more. Bridge or wheel. Press your body down to lift your body up. Walk your heels in towards your fingertips. Lower down to the mat. And just like that, it's the last one. Your bridge, your wheel. Create it without expectation of what it will create, what it may or may not shift. Experience it. Experience your own practice. For 3. For 2. Lower your body down to the mat, Supta Baddha Konasana. And tap in, punch in. Happy baby. Rock from side to side. And then extend both feet straight up into your ceiling. Pull your toes towards your face. And then it's like, I don't know the name of this, but it's as if there was a rope outside of your shin, and you're gonna use your right hand to lift up towards your outside left ankle, opposite, yes, and then drop back down and switch it out. And pull as if there was a rope pulling you up. Grab opposite hand outside the ankle, lift and pull through your torso from side to side. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many you do. Flow steady and strong from side to side for about 20 more seconds. Stay in that movement. Pull up through that imaginary rope. Yeah, maybe even the hand grips it at the top, side to side. Use those obliques to help you lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then hover your right heel off the mat. Hands can come behind your head if you would like. And then lift the center of your chest up for 10 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Both legs straight up, and then go back to that rope movement, side to side. Lift and pull. Hand goes outside the opposite ankle. Lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then hover your left heel off the mat this time. Hands can come back behind your head. Press through both heels. Lift the center of the chest for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last round of ropes. Pull up, both legs to the ceiling. Pull from side to side. Lift yourself up. You got this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Squeeze in, hug in. And then right away set up for bicycles. Shins become parallel. Hands behind the head and twist. Press as much as you can through your heels. And we'll take 10 together, slow and controlled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then send your legs straight up to the ceiling. Hands can come by your sides if you want, and hover your heels off the mat. Hover, hover, hover. Slowly get your heels down towards the ground. Press through those heels. Press the small of your back flat, and then lift your legs straight back up to the ceiling and set back up for bicycles. We'll take 10 more slow and controlled bicycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One last leg lift. Hands behind by your sides, legs straight up, and then lower all the way down until your feet hover off the mat. Yeah, it's going to be to the point where the back lifts. Press that back. Spread the toes wide. Maybe you even lift your shoulders up off the mat. Hold for 5. Soften the jaw for 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Take one squeeze and then rock the spine up and down into high boat. Last of the core stability. See if your shins can come parallel or beyond parallel to begin to straighten. And see if you can shorten the distance between your chest and your thighs. Hug in, press through your heels, and breathe into it. Breathe through the crown of your head for 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze knees to chest, rock up and down your mat. Rock up and over. One last flow if you want that. We'll meet together in down dog. And from your down dog, the next shape is half pigeon. Right shin forward. Maybe someday we'll be able to connect technology so that I can lower the lights in all of your spaces through the computer. How cool would that be? If you want to lower the lights, set yourself up to move into the opening through that right hip. And a stretch through the psoas. Can draw that left hip down even more to intensify just a bit. And for me, this is where the real work starts, because as things slow down a little bit, often my brain will start to fire up more. The practice I invite you into is to focus on the breath, to continue to let the brain do less. Press your left armpit down towards the mat. That same idea exists here. If you think about the tree that lives without expectation, it gets to grow into peace. Maybe that's here, maybe it's not. It's a practice we can all take on. Drop the expectation, be in the moment to experience what is here for you. You can slowly pull yourself up. Let's move into double pigeon. Get a little additional boost of opening. Stack your left leg up and over the right shin. And left ankle can come outside the right knee if that's accessible. You can use a block underneath your left knee or hip. An option to stay upright or begin to bow forward. Yeah, our hips are all at different levels of flexibility, so no need to force. Send the breath through the hips. Move into half pigeon. That left shin can stay at the top of your mat. Your right leg behind you, half pigeon. I think in our culture, the way we're taught from when we're little is we're told the rules, we're told what we're supposed to do, and then we get a grade on whether or not we did what was expected. And very much for me, that type A personality comes in of wanting to get it perfect, of wanting to do it just right. And it's an unlearning of that behavior for me. And it comes up over and over. I just finished a meditation course, and in the particular type of meditation, you sit for 20 minutes. And the intention is to not use a timer and to see if on your own you can reach 20 minutes. And once I knew that was the goal, all of my focus was into trying to get to 20 minutes perfectly. Pulled me fully out of the experience of my meditation. And I realized that and was like, okay, there's some work here. And what expectations are you putting on yourself that's maybe pulling you out of the experience? On your mat, off your mat, in relationships? What can you take your attention off of to be more in the experience of what is? Guide yourself up and out of the half pigeon to double pigeon. So your right leg will swing up and over this time outside the left knee or inside, if that is where your hips are at, the mobility. And right away, there's another expectation. There's the Instagram picture of a double pigeon. That's not what we're going for. What your body will allow, what your breath will allow. Come up out of that double pigeon. Extend both legs long out in front. Can bounce the knees up and down the mat just a bit. And then move into your fold over both extended legs. Maybe soften the knees a little bit. Press through the heels, alive in the underside of your legs. Can release from this reverse tabletop or reverse plank. Whichever variation suits your practice today. Fish pose. Some attention to the elbows. Shimmy them as close to the middle of the mat as you can. Press your forearms down, flatten palms to lift through the center of your chest. And release from your fish into an inversion. That could be shoulder stand, and could be handstand or headstand. Could be legs up the wall. No expectation on the stand you take. If you're in shoulder stand, everybody's feet actually work on that floint a bit. The balance between point and flex. And if you chose shoulder stand, can pull back towards plow pose. Your feet do not have to touch the ground below you. And if they're hovering, keep your hands at the small of your back. Additional support from plow, ear pinning pose. Squeeze in, squeeze into center. And slowly roll all the way down onto your back body. And once you land, move right into the twist. Pull your right knee into your chest, extend left leg long. And fold over. And take it the opposite direction. And before you take the fold, squeeze as much as you can. Draw in, compress in, and then fold to the right edge of your space. Move back through center, Supta Baddha Konasana. Connect the soles of your feet. And take a couple clearing breaths, whether it's through your mouth or your nose. And then allow yourself to move into your final resting pose, Shavasana. And bring some gentle attention back to your breath. And if you're not ready for Shavasana to be over, feel free to stay as you are. You can begin some gentle movement through your fingertips and your toes. Gentle rock of your head side to side. Make your way into a full body stretch. Into fetal pose on your right side. And gently press yourself up to a seat on your mat. Hands come to the center of your chest, Anjali Mudra. And we'll end our practice together with 3 Ohms. Breathe in. Lift your thumbs to the middle of your forehead. And together we bow and say, Namaste.
Namaste.
Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. This is typically taught by Erica Jones, and she is spending the month of January in LA, and it's 4 a.m. in LA, and so she's not teaching this class, and she will starting February. So now she'll be back in action, and then we get to open the studio doors on Monday. So if you're comfortable coming into studio, you'll be masked the whole time with a little more distance, and know that live stream does not end. We will continue to offer this, so if you want to join in live stream, do that. And the workshop that's coming up the end of the month, 4 Desires with Betsy, check it out if you have the time. The workshop tab has the full description. I've not personally taken it. Lindsay has. Betsy is one of Lindsay's mentors. I am signed up for it. I'm going to take it. It's different practices of meditation, yoga nidra, to help you tap into your life's purpose and desires in a powerful way. And I want some of that. So if you have any questions, let me know. Betsy will send out a video to describe it a little more eloquently than that. But, thank you so much. Please unmute if you want and say goodbye. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Kelsey.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Thank you, Kelsey, for an awesome class.
You're welcome. Good to see you, Wayne.
You too.
Thanks, Kelsey. It was a great class this morning.
It was cracking me up the whole time. He's just licking on you.
Okay. We made it. Now, calisthenics. Okay, I'll be back. All right, about to end the stream. About to come back in for the calisthenic routine. See y'all in a minute. One mighty.